Howdy, folks. I'm back.
Yes, you are. How was Without a Cause, Derb?
Fun.
Yeah?
Yes.
How was the women's match?
It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me about that. Oh, yeah, I'm Jonn Ritland, that is.
The Derbinator.
You watched Without a Cause yesterday, as we just alluded to, if you didn't gather that. And
Yes.
I watched Stomping Grounds, which, of course, is where the WWE talents will kick ass and take names.
Yes, where they'll chew ass and take bubblegum.
I knew somebody named Bubblegum.
What's great is if you reverse those, it still doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. By the way, we are 3 weeks away from Extreme Rules.
Oh god, already?
Yes. Oh, and this was in...
The build!
Yeah, this was in Everett. The push. This was in Everett, which is literally about 20 miles that way, maybe not even 20 miles.
It's like a 20-minute drive to get there.
A 20, maybe 25-minute drive.
And it wasn't worth their time and or money.
No. You've gotten more worth from the last couple of indie shows. You're going to be watching something, another Without a Cause show instead of Extreme Rules.
Yes, but in August.
We are going to be going to Without a Cause because it's not on the day of the WWE
we're going
pay-per-view.
to be going to New Japan.
Super J Cup. We get to see Jushin Thunder Liger.
In 2019.
Yes.
We also got to see Ultimo Dragon in 2019. Because speaking of Defy, we're also going to that.
Yeah, 2
at the end of
shows.
July.
Tamatonga.
Shut up and take all my money.
Good God. They will, basically. But anyway, yeah, so Raw Everett.
Anyway.
It was not any incursion away. This was not good. This was not a good episode.
It was good, it just wasn't great. There was a lot of potential here because they had, 11 fucking matches?
10 matches.
10 matches.
But they had some regular matches and some fucking matches.
Yes, they did.
It was messy. I'm not going to say it was horrible.
It could have been really helped by being 2 hours long.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of something they need to benefit from. So yeah, recaps, and then Rollins with Becky. We get it. We get it. They're dating.
We get it, you fuck.
We get it, you fuck. No, anyway.
Also that.
Look, one, I'm not going to hammer Becky and Seth for dating. If they're happy together, great. I could have worded that better, actually. I could have worded that. I'm not going to. I'm not going to apologize for it.
Well, I mean, when words are spewed forth from your mouth, usually we associate that with an innuendo.
Spewed. Anyway. So, I'm not going to hammer on either of them for dating.
Okay.
Honestly, it's great. I would never hammer on some wrestler for dating another wrestler to keep their spot or anything. I've never done that, Chris.
I don't think either of them are doing that.
Not them, but I've never done that with any other...
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I have.
Let's not bring that up.
Let's not. And say we didn't. But honestly, WWE's going about this the wrong way. They're going to make people sick of the relationship. We get it. Wrestlers date. That's fine. Make them their own characters and come up with some compelling feuds. Oh, hi, Lacey and Corbin. And I like Lacey. I do.
Yes.
Despite some stuff that I may have said that got misconstrued in my Stomping Grounds review.
Lacey's worthy of criticism. She's still relatively green compared to a lot of the other people that step in the ring with her. That is a burden of also, they've never really brought up too many new female talents that they've used.
And
the one that they did, she left for Ring of Honor.
That's true. What didn't help also, and this is nothing against Lacey, if anything, her character work is tremendous. Now, she is way ahead of Alexa and a few others that are in the ring, as far as character work to whatever.
Yeah, she's got a lot of potential.
And she does, and Jet Marine, all that stuff and everything.
I can't wait for Vince to squander it.
I mean, she's tall and blonde, so you wouldn't think he would. My issue is, they used her at the Royal Rumble, and then they didn't use her at all, and then they started using her as stop-start, and then suddenly thrust her into a feud with Becky.
Well,
and that's not her fault. That's not her fault.
Vince runs WWE like a well-oiled machine. I mean, it was well-oiled about 40 years ago, but it's still well-oiled in his mind.
It was even 20. Yes, Vince likes to keep things well lubed.
That too.
It is such good shit, folks.
Such good shit.
Honestly, this is my issue. Really, really quickly. I do like Lacey a lot. As you said, a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Lacey challenging Becky again. Lacey should be a champion. That's not the issue. But she's lost 2 pay-per-view matches clean.
Yeah, that stipulation is a fair one considering how many times they've met at this point.
2 on pay-per-view.
High-profile meetups, and Becky telling her that if she loses, No more challenging for the title.
Yeah. My
Technically, she didn't even need to accept that challenge to begin with. They could have moved on to other people and be like, no, you guys aren't worth our time. You lost.
Yeah.
You lose!
Yeah. Good day, sir. Corbin, by the way, says, oh, wait, Rollins, you said any stipulation? Well, as you said, be careful what you wish for. That's a bad idea, Seth.
Baron Corbin, thankfully, didn't have much of an imagination with that and made sure that the titles are on the line in a winner takes all, which means Baron Corbin is going to be the new Raw Women's Champion. That's how that works.
That's better than Dana Brooke as champ. No, that's unfair. That's unfair.
Lacey is Universal Champion.
I would pop for
Brock
that.
cashes in on her.
She hit him with the woman's right.
You are new Sable.
No, better. Lacey hits him with the woman's right and pins him. Brock goes down with one. No, hits him with the
instant face turn.
Yeah, hits him with the diverticulitis and it pins him. This, I don't know. I don't know how to. Honestly, mixed tag, whatever.
How do diseases work?
It just. Nothing against Lacey, plenty against Corbin, because he's a fucking idiot. But it just, he's not somebody that's interesting.
Yeah, he's not main event level.
No. But yeah, at Extreme Rules, so they've already taken 2 titles and just mashed them up into one match. This is not the last Extreme Rules match that gets made.
No.
And then Big E and Xavier and the Usos versus the Revival, Bryan and Rowan in an elimination tag match, and this was pointless. It just was. It just was pointless.
My head is shrinking.
Your head is shrinking.
I've lost enough weight that my hat's pretty loose now.
Yeah?
I'm like, what?
Well, you know what, though? That's a good thing. How is your weight loss going? What is your weight down to?
221.
Shit, and you start at...
295.
There we go, see?
Anyway.
It works. Anyway, back to the plot. Cheers for Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, that is. And
because it's Washington. He's our homeboy.
Yo, homeboy.
What is up, my homie G-Dog?
Couldn't have sounded more white if I tried. I mean, I could have, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then, of course, Bryan gets eliminated pretty quickly. And once one member of a tag team's eliminated, the entire tag team's gone. Which means it should have just been one fall since it was a 4-on-4 match. But, yeah, then New Day gets eliminated by the Revival.
Yep.
Woods on the receiving end of that tag team action. And then Usos eliminating the Revival. Okay.
Is it me or are they just throwing out a bunch of gimmick matches tonight?
Yeah.
It reminds me of something. Like, next thing you know, it's going to be like fucking, I don't know, Judy Bagwell on a forklift or something.
I might actually, I think you and I at some point should retro review New Blood Rising. We just should. But then we get...
The death nail.
No. That was Finger Poker Doom.
Okay.
So we get a tug of war tease with Braun. Braun roping something. Which, it's easier to do that with the E-Break release.
He really restrained himself from making any Benoit jokes.
I mean, come on, it was only 12 years ago. The referee just had to be there to ring the bell. Anyway, moving on. I didn't resist very hard.
I know.
Miz TV with Truth, Carmella, 24/7 title with Drake, and the constipated chant, and I'm constipated with this goddamn title.
And while he is struggling to find any enjoyment in life and or WWE, this is kind of an entertaining segment with Drake Maverick coming out later to talk about how his wife won't even look at him after losing it at his own wedding. And that they haven't even, and he's struggling to get out the words, and he says, we haven't even consummated our marriage. And our truth is like, you know, our fiber works really well for that.
I did pop for that. I did pop for that. That was pretty funny. And then the crowd starts chanting constipated. Because it's Everett.
Drake Maverick knows how to make a fool of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something that he's used to doing back when he was in Impact. Like sneaking in AJ Styles' house and holding the championship.
So goddamn weird. I was watching him back still at that point. I go, Dixie has no clue what she's doing.
Yeah.
But
has your attitude changed towards Drake Maverick's current employer?
Who, Dixie?
No.
Vince?
Yeah.
I don't like Vince.
No, I know. Like,
I see.
Dixie has no idea what she's doing. And Vince
has been lucky and not had a clue what he's doing.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's just I don't like the title. It's bad use of everybody. It's Vince.
So what is the segment itself? Take out the title. What do you think of the segment itself?
The constipated line was the only good part of it.
Okay.
Everything else was shit. I'm
All right.
sorry. I mean, Truth tries. I just don't care about it. I just don't. But then we get Drake versus Truth. It's over immediately. And then we get more guys running down after Truth.
Yep.
Titus pulling the ref. I don't know what the fuck Titus was doing with the ref. It was weird.
Also, I love how the 24/7 rule can just get suspended. It's like the rules that Vince McMahon is making just don't apply. Like, say, having only 4 superstars from one brand be invited to another.
Also, what happened?
Be invited, specifically.
What happened to the 24/7 rule only being part of the 3rd hour of Raw? Remember?
That would also wouldn't be 24/7 when you think about it.
It wouldn't, because as Lance Storm said, I don't think Vince understands how 24/7 works, or WWE. But we then get Drake is distraught. Drake's distraught. More recaps of
Drake not so maverick.
We get more recaps of Hour 1. Lacey and Corbin. And at one point says, Lacey says, I will raise you, Juan. No. Look at my Twitter if you want to know the joke that I said. I'm not going to say it.
Anyway.
Lacey is gold on the mic. I would say Lacey eclipses Becky on the mic. As good as Becky is, sometimes her character...
I'd say Lacey's catching up. She still has some work to do.
My only thing is I'm thinking Lacey's...
If she talks any slower, she'd be going in reverse.
She would. Reverse is a fun... Anyway, moving on. Shane and Drew versus... I do like Lacey's promo, so... Anyway. Shane and Drew versus Reigns.
Roman Reigns in a handicap match.
Yep, and a whole bunch of beatdown and stuff. And then suddenly...
Dong!
As Everett pops...
For the Undertaker's dong.
I'm not disappointed we didn't go...
Expand dong! Anyway, that's an old joke. It's a Donkey Kong joke.
Okay, alright.
Anyway.
But yeah, Undertaker shows up, defends Reigns, beats up Shane, beats up Drew. Why do they hate Drew? They hate Drew. They hate him. They
needed a pop from the crowd, give people something to look forward to.
Okay.
Because, let's face it, people aren't paying attention, and if Undertaker can just randomly show up on a show, maybe you'll tune in, and you can see The Undertaker.
Okay.
That's how that works, right? We just have The Undertaker go on, it's just like the old days.
Even though Undertaker is in his old days.
Give me Andre!
Vince, he's been dead since 93. Then give me his non-dead equivalent. Undertaker's going to need a goddamn Undertaker if he keeps wrestling. I'm sick of it. Undertaker's...
He's the embodiment of what happens when someone takes Fight Forever too seriously.
It's a great fucking tweet you put out.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Undertaker...
I don't like it!
It's bad. And it's Vince not listening to the fans. Oh, they popped for The Undertaker. Yes, because Vince has done a terrible job building up his current roster because he doesn't give a shit about them.
They also know the Seattle area is the biggest group of marks on the planet.
We're one of the biggest groups.
Yeah, I don't go to indie shows and spend way too much money on merchandise.
Hey, you know what though? You have the funds to do it because you pay your bills first and do all that. So, yeah, that was bad. And also, later, we're getting Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane and Drew at Extreme Rules. Why do you hate Drew McIntyre? They hate Drew McIntyre.
He said he's not from Scotland, he said he's Scottish. Vince, that's not how that works.
What?
Shut up, Paul.
Drew should be in the Universal title picture.
Butterpurse Helmsley.
You would call him
See,
that.
you're a PPP.
And then Drake pisses his pants again in front of Vince to make him laugh.
That's good shit.
No, I just stop with Undertaker and these old guys coming back, please.
Yeah, they don't always come back.
Sometimes they come back.
For more.
Sometimes they come back. Again. So then we get a tug of war with Lashley. And of course,
a tug of war!
Yes, you had of course
WWE.
a black guy being pulled around on a rope by a white guy.
What the fucking jack-off shit is this?
What I said or what?
WWE.
I don't know, but all I know is that, Lashley, you pulled a Benoit right there with that rope, except you had it up high on Braun's head.
Yeah, the match didn't last too long.
It was a match? Sorry.
Bobby Lashley, drug him up, Braun up to the line. Braun just kind of smiled and then just started pulling him back. Thing is, that the ref didn't see, so Braun Strowman's toe crossed the line. So technically he lost.
He did. The referee, you know what that means about the referee, Chris?
referee was in cahoots.
And he does a bad job. You're right.
Yes.
He does a bad job also. Yeah, Charlie is interviewing AJ, and I kept eyeing the zipper and thinking, well, anyway, Charlie is actually really good at her job. Honestly, she is. And yes, I think she's beautiful.
She's not even a real journalism.
I mean, neither is Cole.
Yeah.
Not anymore, at least. Then AJ's talking about the whole thing. Charlie cuts AJ off after he's trying to give a recap of, like, his injuries. And then No Way Jose shows up, and Gallows and Anderson are dancing, and AJ gets in her face and says, you have a match against the Viking Raiders. AJ is making matches, apparently. And then that match happens. Yep. And then the Viking Raider experience of whatever wins. Okay. Whatever. The Good Brothers are on their way out anyway. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Alexa, Nikki, Natty, and Naomi. This is how you use Natty and Naomi. Now look! Natty and Naomi. No. I know that Natty's been around for a number of years and probably should actually be in NXT. Maybe having some feud. I think that'd be fresher for her, honestly.
Yeah.
Naomi still got some legs left. Alexa, less so. Nikki, this is doing nothing for Nikki. It's nothing. It's not doing anything for her. And then we have Heath and Mojo in a match that devolves into more 24/7 shit.
Yes.
Slater wins the title, and then Truth wins it back, and then Cedric wins it back, and then EC3 wins it, and then Truth pins him on the ramp. And I died a little inside watching.
Hey, EC3 finally got a belt.
Cedric finally got a belt on the main roster.
Yeah.
I died a little inside watching
this. This part was stupid. Entertaining, but stupid.
Vince,
it's entertaining if you don't think about it.
Good thing Vince didn't. Vince, do you hate the fans, honestly?
Yes.
He must.
They're not giving him enough money, which is all of their money.
Well, that's what he gets for putting on a show. And, like, Stomping Grounds was at least half empty, apparently.
Yeah.
It's a 23,000-seat arena. Even if you cut off the stuff for the stage, that's still about 20,000, 19,000 seats.
Yep.
And they couldn't even sell that out. Yeah, this stuff, I hate it. Ricochet should not cut promos. Get him a manager. Nothing against Ricochet. He's likable. He's a genuine guy. He just
put him in
shouldn't
some
cut
acting
promos.
Classes.
That too.
Maybe not Dolph's acting classes, but put him in some acting classes.
Because Dolph will just keep shouting, it should have been me. Dolph, sir, this is the Wendy's.
Because welcome to sports entertainment. You also have to be an actor and as well as an athlete.
Wouldn't have to do that if they didn't script their people so much. The acting classes, yes, but if they script everybody so goddamn much...
within the restraints that you have.
Vince likes restraining his talents to the point they can't do anything.
Vince doesn't have a safe word is the problem.
Hopefully the XFL is what does him in. At least as far as WWE. We then get Kofi and Charlie with an interview, and then Sammy and Kevin appear, and he says, listen, Don Renee, because Kevin is a goddamn delight. That was good.
Yes.
And then, of course, Kofi's like, I won all by myself because he don't want to be.
All by myself.
Don't want to be.
All by myself.
Yeah, so Kofi says, I did this and this and then, of course, Sammy says, delusions of grandeur. Or Grand Wizard, I don't know.
Yeah, delusions of grandeur. That's the belief that you're able to do, like, you've got this lofty goal that you can never really meet with your actual ability. However, Kofi is in fact the champion.
Yeah.
So that would be an incorrect statement, Sami Zayn.
Meet with your ability. So anyway, I had to say it, Chris. Did I ruin it? Anyway, Zayn and Kofi. Owens yelling out, "You'll never touch me!" Channeling every woman that I've ran into for the last 10 years.
You can't touch it. Stay.
I think Owens has far more money. And it was a bit of a cheap finish because Zayn just gets rolled up. Because of course Zayn gets pinned.
But we find out why it was a cheap finish because you also have to have the follow-up match to Kofi Kingston by having Kofi Kingston face off with Kevin Owens.
He hits a Trouble in Paradise and Owens' head bounced off that ramp.
That was an SOS.
SOS. Yeah,
Yes.
you're right. SOS. He hears him shouting, and I think Kevin Owens' head was shouting. And
what the fuck were you doing?
Kofi wins. He's got the Canadian healthcare, so he ought to be all right. But Kofi wins by countout. And then he's up the ramp.
Maybe
and
that's
then,
why so many Canadians are wrestlers.
Because of the healthcare?
They can afford it.
No, that's a good point.
Because they don't need to afford it.
Yeah. That's true, but the healthcare system is better. Anyway, so yeah, then we get Joe choking out Kofi.
Yeah.
I mean, choking out a black guy. Of course, Hogan is cheering.
Kofi Justin.
Kofi Justin. We're
That
getting...
sounds like a JoJo character.
It does. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yeah.
Oh. Kofi versus Joe at Extreme Rules is what we're likely going to get. I can't wait till Joe loses.
I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos.
They just... People are like, Joe's going to win the title. There ain't no goddamn motherfucking way Joe's winning the title, and you know it. Joe's on Raw.
It's going to be a good feud. But we all know where it's going to end.
Joe is a perennial
Unless
jobber.
they continue the feud after his initial title loss.
Well, they did kind of do that with him and Brock because he was part of that four-way, in the SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But Joe
But
didn't.
it's also Brock Lesnar.
True. And Kofi's better than Brock Lesnar. I mean, Kofi at least cares. We then get, so like I said, Taker Reigns versus Shane and Drew at Extreme Rules. Drew will take the pin. He's got to take the pin. We then get Naomi and Alexa, and it's over immediately. Nikki gets like a baseball slide, drop kick or whatever, DDT.
I think in the lead up though, actually, it's going to be Shane is going to start pushing Drew away. Or Drew's going to start pushing Shane away. And when Drew goes to tag in, when Shane goes to tag in, Drew's just going to step down and walk away.
Okay, can I ask you one question though?
Yeah.
Has this done anything for Drew?
No.
Okay.
That's exactly why I should walk away from it.
Right. That's why. Fucking, if his contract's up soon, go somewhere else. He ain't ever going to be WWE or Universal Champion. He ain't going to be. They ruined it the last 3 times. But anyway, Alexa beats Naomi. Then we get a random tag match because Nikki hosts Alexa and Natty runs down there.
Yeah.
And then we get Naomi, Natty versus Alexa and Nikki. And it was pointless. And I like 3 out of these 4.
Yep.
I like Nikki. I mean, I like Nikki. I like Natty. Love Natty. Naomi, I respect. Alexa should probably not be in the ring anymore because the way she takes bumps. Sorry.
Yeah. I think that's why they keep her to tag team action.
But if she can't really go, stop it. I'm just saying.
You can't leave your best character, one of your best characters, out on the sidelines.
Make her a manager. Make her something.
Yeah.
I mean, they can use her. Well, if she seriously isn't able to go in the ring much anymore. But then, why did it take this long to get to the women's matches, by the way? It was cool when Lacey and Becky brawled, but that wasn't a match.
Yeah.
This is the first women's match we've had. That's not good. Apparently Dana Brooke was on main event. Good for her. We then get Styles versus Ricochet. Gallows and Anderson come down, and AJ's like, nope, you guys, this match isn't restarting.
It was a pretty good match,
but
up until like the breakup there, and
then it got better.
Yeah.
But they're doing the no matches during a commercial now, so everything stalls. Vince doesn't realize that isn't the problem. Vince, you're the problem, and you won't realize that.
Yeah.
AJ wins. It was a good match. I guess we're getting this at Extreme Rules, and Ricochet will win. At least it wasn't for the title. C minus.
Overall, I like the show. It had a lot of missed potential in it. A lot.
Extreme Rules I'm not excited for.
And I'm gonna it's not going on underwater. It's right at sea level.
Okay.
But see my poll. It's right up here. You can grade it. You can grade the show. And let us know what you think down in the comments down below.
On that note, seeing his poll, folks, I'm Jonn Ritland, that is
The Durbinator.
We will be back with the game stream tomorrow.
Yes.